And take advantage of her. Why does she need to be impressionable? If a woman wants to respect you and give you the respect to lead and be her partner, why do you need to have that level of power over her if you're not trying to manipulate someone?
See, it's not power, it's impressionable. I've never seen a successful partnership where the other person wouldn't allow themselves to be impressed upon. If I'm a person and I got a vision, I got a plan, I got a whole program, I would think that the person that wants to be with me is willing to learn and willing to adopt some of the ways or even some of the principles that I have.
That's not impressionable. Impressionable is basically getting someone to do what you want them to do because they're easily swayed and easily persuaded to do what you want them to do.
Who said that? Did you make that up?
Well, I
like when you hire somebody, you look for somebody that's impressionable. But why would I listen?
Right,
even,
so you can
even
train them. So you can, when you hire somebody, you're about to train them.
Now,
and that's why you want them impressionable.
If we're principally connected, there's nothing wrong with that person wanting to do things.
No, but I mean, but that's what you said. You want them to be impressionable. This whole the men aren't out there, so you know this is why women have to focus on career. We're not dumb, incompetent, stupid idiots that are waiting around right after we get out of our home to be taken care of by a man. A lot of men that can't even take care of themselves, right? But even if you do, that man might die. Then what?
I do think it's okay to have your preferences. Mm-hmm. The one thing that I have kind of an issue with is, yes, you have a program and do you want a woman to get on board, but you're asking a woman to get on board with a program that you have no intent on keeping her on board.
That's the problem.
And that's the problem that I have. So now you may say, well, she knows what it is, but maybe she doesn't. You know why? Because she is younger and
doesn't have experience.
Whereas an older woman may be like, oh, I know what this is.
I can recognize
I can recognize this. I'm okay for being on it for just a little ride.
Absolutely.
So I think that's my thing. And then you look at a lot of women got on board with these men and they got kicked off the board with children and baggage, and then now goes back into this dating world and men like you don't want them. So what I'm saying is if you don't want those women, why are you helping to create them?
That doesn't have 10 years experience.
Can you
so
also
you
learn
teach her how to
through
go
mentorship?
left and right?
Can you also learn through mentorship?
So are you trying to be a mentor or are you trying to be her nigga?
So is it fair to say that a younger woman can also have the same level of discernment as an older woman?
No.
A younger woman doesn't have to go through all of these niggas to learn.
She either has to have a dad to teach her, a mentor, or
what you just said is a younger woman doesn't have to have relationship experience to have relationship experience.
That the younger woman that I date have no father figure?
Because you said, no, I didn't say anything about father experience, but you said, I want somebody that doesn't have experience. That's exactly what you said.
That has negative experience.
10 years of niggas is what you said. Whether those 10 years of niggas were negative or positive, she had 10 years of niggas.
And that didn't work out.
In fairness.
Not one time did you say a father.
In fairness.
And I want to know, how can you mentor when you've been through...
Ooh, Lord of mercy. You know what? One of the things that I want us to pay attention to is the fact that this guy is using words and he doesn't even understand, or he's like, did you make that up? So this guy is super ignorant. He's not learned. He's not educated. He hasn't done his own due diligence, and he's up here speaking on a podcast. This is what I'm saying. What is the qualifications of these people before they get on a podcast? Like, he doesn't even know the words that he's speaking, but he's looking for a girl who doesn't have experience with other men. And now he is adding into being a bad experience for that young lady for another man. He's one of the 10 N-words that he doesn't want another woman to have when he gets with her. So now he's taking up the space of these young ladies and not doing right by them, adding to the brokenness that exists in our society. It's like, if you really care about men and you care about the world and you care about dating, if you really care about the field, why would you be out there creating the very same women that you say that you don't want, creating them for other men, being bad experiences for them? This is unbelievable. So it's like, we have these men who get up on podcasts just talking and just spewing. This is exactly what he's talking about, an employee. Oh, when you get an employee, don't you want someone who's impressionable? Your employee is not your partner. I remember years ago, I read about this company that was really successful. And this was a company, it was a small business that grew really large. And they said that they actually looked for people with an entrepreneurial mindset. And they looked to hire people who have an entrepreneur's mind, because those are the people who bring in the innovation. Those are the people who figure out how to create new systems. So if you're just looking for a rote employee, a person to perform rote tasks, in the home, if you want that marry maid, then of course you don't want a person who's going to come in and be in partnership and have ideas that they are also going to share with you that you need to implement, as well as speaking to you about things that you need to change within you to be able to become the best version of yourself. You're talking about mentoring a girl that you're with. No, a partner is not a mentor. And this is part of the mistake that many people out there make. Your partner is not your mentor. Your partner is your partner. You all are in partnership. It's like, why would you want to get with a person with an extreme amount of power imbalance? And one of the precursors for abuse was a tremendous imbalance in power, a tremendous imbalance in financial capability, and race. Those were the three top ones. Social imbalance. There are people who get with Black people because they know that Black people are considered societally at the lowest rung on the ladder. And they get with Black people because they know, look, if I call the police on you, you're going to be the one who's going to automatically be thought of as guilty. If I do X, Y, Z, I have power in society. You don't have this power. I can say something and people are going to think that I'm telling the truth. And this goes for men and women. This is why you have to be very careful and vet. So the three main precursors, you heard them. Rewind back if you need to hear that again. But why would you want to be in a quote unquote partnership with a tremendous imbalance? That's not a partnership. That's a lordship at that point. And I think we know why certain men want to lord over women. Look at him. He looks pequeño, doesn't he? I mean, I just want you to take a look at him. Doesn't he look chiquitito? Doesn't he look pequeño sitting there on the couch? Just take a look at him. Doesn't he look chiquitito? I mean, from the side, he even kind of looks a little ladyish. I mean, I don't even know. We're going to play another video from him so you can see his face up close. Let me see if we can find one in here. But look at him. I don't know how tall he is, but he seems small. He has SDE, or is it LDE? Be a part of the live show with thousands of other viewers. Go to TonyaTKO.com/text and join the text notification squad and get a text whenever I go live. Support the show and yourself, and I'll see you on the next live broadcast.